The Philippines is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world. In this series, we take a closer look at the connections of man and nature within the various protected areas in the country. How the smallest of our actions affect the bigger ecosystem and community. And how in the struggle between conservation and development, we find that fragile balance that guarantees our future's survival. I am Loren Legan, and this is our fragile Earth, protected areas of the Philippines. Walking through the forest of Atimonan, Park Ranger Nick Sapalaran, or Kuya Nick as he is commonly called, scars through the surrounding trees and vegetation hoping to spot a bird or a monkey or any other animal passing through. As luck would have it, with the help of his sharp eyesight, he spotted a Brahminy kite flying overhead. Circling far above the tree cover, our guide tells us that it is most likely scouting for its next meal. Gliding smoothly through the air, its perfect vision enables it to clearly see its prey, from small mammals and other birds in its vicinity. The Brahminy kite, a bird of prey or a raptor as it is commonly called, is categorized as an apex predator, species on top of the elaborate food web that exists robustly within the vast mountain forests of the Quezon Protected Landscape. Originally established as the Quezon National Park, it was later categorized as a protected landscape under the expanded National Integrated Protected Area System, or the INIPAS Act of 2018. The Quezon Protected Landscape is situated within 3 municipalities, namely Pagbilao, Atimonan, and Padre Burgos, all in the province of Quezon. It lies along the southern portion of the Sierra Madre mountain range, an area characterized by rainforests, natural areas teeming with biodiversity.
Mayroon pa po ditong malalaking punong kahoy na century-old na po. So yung po meron po ditong dao, meron po ditong mga dipterocarp na species po kung tawagin namin. Meron po siyang yung mayapis, may mga apitong, lawaan, na talaga pong mga century-old po siya. And then, mayroon din po ditong mga hayop na nabibilang na po sa mga endangered species, katulad po nitong Rhopus hornbill. Makikita natin na talagang marami pa po ditong hayop, hindi lang po ibon, meron din po dito ng mga bayawak, meron pong mga ahas, meron din pong unggoy, ayan.
Kung titignan mo yung location niya, nasa gitna siya ng Calabarzon. And I think on top of Mount Banahaw, Mount Makiling, ito yung remaining intact forest natin na masasabing adjacent sa mga communities. Makikita mo dito yung Pan-Philippine Highway, makikita mo rin yung sikat na zigzag road. So, nandito yung convergence of conservation, protection, and at the same time, yung human activities.
The unique combination of terrain, weather, and location makes the conditions ideal for the proliferation of notable floral species within the Quezon Protected Landscape, such as the individual plus trees and the red Malabayabas trees.
In terms of flora naman po, so nandito po yung ipinagmamalaking Malabayabas Forest ng Quezon Protected Landscape. So dahil po sa pulang-pulang kulay ng kahoy nito, at natatangi sa ibang uri ng Malabayabas.
Bali po kasi ito pong mga IPTs natin po, isa po siyang project na for support sa isa pong programa ng gobyerno kung saan tinatawag nating National Greening Program. Na ito pong mga punong ito ang may potential na kunan ng mga quality planting materials. Sila kasi yung mga maraming mamunga, maraming nakokolektang buto, at maraming nakokolektang pwedeng ipangtanim at magagandang klase ng mother trees.
Continuing his rounds of the area, Kuya Nick points to the balete tree, a species under the genus Ficus, also known as a strangler fig. wrapping its vines around the host tree until it eventually kills it. Its fruits are the favorite meal of the taliktik hornbill.
Ayun pong mga taliktik po, yan po'y malimit lang. Pag halimbawa may bunga yung mga baliti, yan po'y kakain lang pero hindi po yan lumalayo, doon lang sila sa paligid nun. Tapos pag gutom po uli, doon lang uli. Hindi po kagaya ng ibang ibon na gala ng gala kung saan kukuha ng pagkain. Yung po kasi mga taliktik, kung saan po may bunga yung mga puno, aalis lang po siya ng malapit pagka tapos kumain. Pero makikita mo po doon lang din sa paligid.
Inside the Pinagbanderahan Cave, a very unique ecosystem flourishes. With the absence of light, a different assortment of living creatures exists. Bats, insects, and other small animals.
Tayo po ngayon ay nasa Pinagbanderahan Cave. Ito po ay isang malaking cave na marami po tayong makikitang hayop sa loob nito. Nandiyan yung mga spiders natin, tarantula, nandun din yung mga milliphids natin. Ang bats po ay isa siya sa pollinator. Paglabas nila dito sa cave, malilipad sila sa mga halaman natin. Maglilipat-lipat sila hanggang sa ma-pollinate nila yung mga flowers hanggang sa maging fruits. So doon pa lang nakakatulong na itong mga to mapadami yung mga vegetation.
Along the Amau River bank, one can see a multitude of organisms sprawling all throughout. From tadpoles and small fish in the waters to dragonflies and butterflies in the air to the lizards, insects, and frogs on land. Frogs, they say, are biological indicators of the health and biodiversity of an area. The greater the variety of frogs present, the healthier the surrounding environment.
So, ang mga amphibians po, kahit frogs, pwede po silang gamitin as biological indicator. Ang frog, bukod po sa pagiging indicator, is kinakain siya ng ibang hayop. So, siya po ay source ng food ng mga higher predators. So, ang point po nun is, siyempre, para sa pyramid, pag tinanggal niyo po ang isang bloke, babagsak. So, hindi lang isa ang nawawala, kundi pati po yung mga ibang nakaasa sa kanila indirectly babagsak and mawawala.
In this protected area, we see bats that help pollinate flowers, hornbills that feed on fruits, and scatter seeds as droppings, insects that frogs eat, which are in turn eaten by the bigger predators of the forest such as the raptors and some snakes. Such is a continuous cycle of life, the interlocking chains of a food web that has thrived within the Quezon protected landscape. But while the landscape has provided its residents a fighting chance to survive, what have we, humans, done on our part? It has been said that nature, if left alone, will flourish effortlessly, unhampered, and uninhibited by any form of intervention. The impacts of human behavior and movement have been Quezon Protected Landscape's main threat. We have two major roads traversing its area, and the growing communities alongside it. The demand for resources and the corresponding waste generation is only ever increasing.
Ang isa ko nakita na maaring yung iba'y kumukontra, yung pagkakabukas ng kalsada dito, may malaking tulong din siya. Bukod doon sa sinasabi nating baka masalaula yung mapasok ng kung sino-sino yung ating protected landscape. Pero kung nakita ko, yung pagbubukas ng kalsada dyan nakatulong sa proteksyon kasi mas madali yung access. Kaya lang dapat meron din silang panuntunan sa pagpasok-pasok ng mga sasakyan dito.
To address these challenges, the Protected Area Management Board, or PAMBI, takes on a multi-sectoral approach, educating various stakeholders towards a harmonious understanding and prioritization of the importance of the protected area above their individual interests. The benefits of working together to protect the site greatly outweigh the sacrifices that they have to make.
Ang paradigm shift kasi natin ngayon is ang convergence should be pushed. Hindi lang po pwedeng DNR lang, hindi lang po pwedeng LGUs, but also other stakeholders, even the community should be involved dun sa conservation and protection ng areas. And mangyayari lang yan kung susundan natin yung enacted laws, which is yung INAIPAS.
As we trek down from the Pinagbanderahan summit, Kuya Nick halts and motions for the team to minimize noise as he points to some branches on a nearby tree where a pair of hornbills are resting. They had just finished feeding. The hornbills started preening and cleaning themselves peacefully on the branch, unsuspecting of a team's presence several feet below them. They take off a few minutes later. Here in the Quezon Protected Landscape, nature and its wildlife coexist harmoniously with the people, much like the shared moment, a mutual respect, and the recognition of one's place in the greater ecosystem are observed and acknowledged.
Ang gusto kong priority ng ating mga tauhan dyan sa area natin, yung ating mga PAMU staff is to be able to strengthen our tie-ups with communities. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, these are the people who are there 24/7. So, kapag very close yung ating collaboration sa kanila, sila yung ating force multiplier in terms of the implementation of laws dyan sa area na yan.
Yun nga, kung halimbawa may makita kaming mga illegal, katuwang nila kami. So, sasabihin namin sa kanila, tuturo namin sa kanila saan yung mga gumagawa ng illegal. Sabihin na natin, sa pamagitan man lang ng boses, sabi nga, huwag kang maging pipi, huwag kang maging bingi sa mga nangyayari sa iyong kapaligiran. Sapagkat darating ang panahon, ikaw rin naman ang makikinabang kung ito may maging magandang kahihinatnan.
The conservation of the Quezon Protected Landscape, while challenging in many ways, guarantees the survival of communities around it, and its continuous bounty is a gift for future generations to enjoy. I hope that we will always be reminded of our role in this elaborate and complex system of protecting nature, and that we are a part of it and not just simply partakers of its fruits.